This FM 104.3. Good to meet Take.
One thing that cuts across the presentation was about the honesty of the finance minister. Now, he was very brutally frank with the issues. And Ubetimu who say, indeed, MPP government under Ken Ofurata and in another Akufo-Addo, we have gone through a lot of challenges. But those challenges are not unsurmountable. Challenges are who say, indeed, you will me through the problems. Why am I saying so? Sometimes okay, say, I didn't know NDC because no ya dear and you move. But in order to make the conversation, let's say a mere conversation, we have to start from where people understand the issues. Because, first of all, MPP government in general, we have spent about 6.5 years. 6.5 years now, yes, spent on Microphobia, you say, oh, it's all about the last 10 months or the last 12 months. The MPP government, under another Akufo-Addo, 6.5 years. 6.5 years. So if you want to judge this government, you have to judge the government in totality. It may see in 2017 na ye befa oman na be direction na oman no kono. Now it was very dangerous. It needed the intervention of a competent hand. And another Akufo-Addo ebe sum. Yes, some so nyame chadi. Ye movie this nation, especially in terms of growth. 7% average growth consistently. But yeah, but in 2019, there was another intervention. A year, an intervention now that has everything to do with international. COVID-19, where economy behind unaffected by economy. And the way the global economy ever affect one will affect the other. Unless a country now affected and relevant in the scheme of things. Because the countries are interwoven. We interdepend. Say Nigeria will problem. Definitely Ghana will have problem. The US will problem because of say Turkey will problem, Ghana benye problem. China will problem, Ghana benye problem. Ukraine will problem, Russia will problem, Saudi. All these countries. Imagine say all of them. Even say one crying problem, problem. But it so happened say all of them were affected by COVID. To the extent that no economy beyond the higher Juma. People were rather thinking about how to save their lives. US, for instance, over 500,000 people. Over 500,000 people died. Other places, China, Italy, and all that. It's me na ye idea until say COVID boom. COVID boom, so we did not put our hands in the air in despair. Even under COVID, your peers, in other words, the African countries, sub-Saharan African countries, and all the development countries, all the developing countries, the economies shrinking. That's negative growth. Ghana was one of the 20 countries in the world having positive growth. Positive growth now make an let's say 10% and 0.5% growth. And it's still a growth. I have to say, Obia, or moving. When you are moving, even if you are moving slowly, it's still movement. It is not backwards movement or stationary. So Ghana was one of the few countries, about 20 of them, having positive growth. That tells you about something about the managers of the economy. That is one. But Utimi will say the growth trajectory, it was truncated by COVID. No doubt about that. And ye ko 2020 eba no ena nneɛma ɛyɛ some way to the extent say your debts no way nyinaa no we could not go to the bond market and Saudi no because it affected us and especially but we can say and why didn't it affect all other countries as much as Ghana? You know, Ghana is one of the most open countries in the world. When say see opener, we have closed and open economies. Omu interdependent in the world. Okay? According to statistics, Ghana Hana Europeans buy more than any other sub-Saharan Africa. Oh, me ba. Ghana ha and the Europeans buy more than any other countries in West Africa.
Even Senegal.
Oh yes, I'm telling you. Oh, Masa. So when it comes to open economy, Ghana is a very open economy, and therefore, say globally, problem be about Ghana, affected Ghana more than others. But you see, in other countries like even the Francophone countries, Togo, Ivory Coast, Omunyina, do you know say Omunyina so called IMF? The IMF and ever catch say half of the world have come to them for support. I'm saying all these things to let people understand. Say Ghana your problem no and yet because say obi shada and I'll be incompetent. The last time I call IMF after before now we also said there was no global problem and Obi John Dramani Mahama, he just could not govern. He just could not manage the economy. Oh yes, because no, explanation I mean, may see one is as a result of say the whole world is reeling under the devastating effect of COVID-19.
Okay.
But also, there was no global challenges. And one say, man, Timmy. Into IMF. This is a clear difference between the MPP and in the NDC. Even though saying IMF, in the end, the results SUH when MPP took over from the NDC, at that time they could not even meet some of the small criteria. Cry say meeting. But MPP we ensure say we went through everything and we had it very successful. The budget you read on Enrano. Number one, it was not a supplementary budget. So you see supplementary budget. It just say oko a prime minister called a parliament house, no, orchestra parliamentarian say mum approve budget way mame because he's asking for more money. But in this particular one, no, it was just budget review. He was not going for supplementary budget, and therefore obi ntimi nka say ebia ya manage ade no yie na sambe gisika fufuro no, there was nothing like that. It's just that it is some of the figures that have changed, and therefore finance minister say ombra parliament why we ask for A and then we now need to drop that A or and so on and so forth. So that was what happened. And we share figures, for instance, we share figures like there's this saying, say, how a country is being governed. Look at how the country handle the poorest of the poor. And in this case, look at LEAP. And he announced, say, we have expanded LEAP. The number of households has also been expanded. The number of ways individual within the household and also increasing. Share Agenda 111. Agenda 111 no government in history has ever said within a split of 4 years, say me see 111 hospitals. Maybe yes, see, and you say I see we haven't finished our term. Okay. But I'm saying say the idea itself is over ambitious. And I'm just hoping say by the end of the day, no. Yes, and we like it so. You see, you need to aim at the sky, and that is exactly what we have done. And we share the number of way shortcuts and any projects the agenda 111 yeah the ma contractor. It just say we really meant it, and we want to commission all before we before the elections. So what I say, and God willing, I'm sure say based on normal way the MPP government will be retained. And apart from agenda 111 leap, and even the growth itself, the growth the growth of the economy, finance minister ever change the figures because of Niamabia Eba, and most especially countries are recover from the twin disaster that is the COVID-19 and the Ukraine war. No? We have not fully, out of the wood yet, and therefore, I say the pace of way, way, and then domestic debt exchange, and also, because as we are speaking, we have not yet had the full extent of it, because at least 85% and then the external creditors no way almost abua. All these things, say and is able to go to the bond market. Who say Uko IMF no so and it's a san BA pon ma say okay, and you say Uko borrow keke a BA pon ma say the critical areas are open say pesika nuama bino. You can get all those things from those areas. But as we are speaking, because say ya tupunu mayeno, ya tupunu emayeno, it's so difficult even when you need a critical area bia open say kopesika no untiminko. And I think that the developed nations, they don't have such problems. But why should Ghana and other developing countries have such problems? It's but because of Nyoma, the IMF is helping us in order for us to be on our feet. Nyoma, the road infrastructure, school infrastructure, we share the number of schools are road railways. I think say even in terms of the inflation, we say inflation had skyrocketed to over 50.4. Now, it has reduced to 42%. Even getting better. And apart from inflation, we share even your petrol, your fuel prices are first now. This time, asamba down. The depreciation of the city. Not city, the manner city depreciating. The city is fairly stable.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure say by the end of the year,
Thank you so much, Saaka Salia of the NPP and Oten and Kano.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet